And we're back live. It's Venomisto, dance music for the 22nd century, loud verse, moving the meter. You know what it is, what it do, what it does, what it did. Back up in the scene, about to make a situation out of an incident. What of it? How about we get right into it? So if this is your first time joining us on stream, what we do is work for about an hour, maybe less, maybe more. Gonna try and get this track to a good place tonight. Been working on this cool synthwave track, kind of darkwave vibe. Got some cool stuff going on. So I'm gonna be listening to it with a pretty strict ear because I'm pretty close to wanting to print this puppy. So let's hop in, follow along, guys. Leave a comment, get involved here as we go, and you can impact something that is about to head to the presses. So, chill. See, I'm getting ready with some big time reverse reverb. It's kind of my tired trope that I'm going to trot out. Nice. All right, so I think we get some good stuff going on. This track's been getting good feedback from the couple people that I have played it for. One thing is this sub situation is a little bit dicey, so let's take a look at this. So it's just kind of there to add a little bit of low end underneath these couple of bass parts. I don't really know exactly the best way to play it. See, in that case, the tom-toms are doing a pretty good job. So I'm wondering if this Nord part should be louder. What I could also do, let me go ahead and save as while I think this through. I think what I'm going to do is jump in and add the reverse reverbs everywhere to kind of round the sound out. I want to do some glitch bouncing where I bounce down all, most, if not all of the tracks onto a single master bounce track and then do some glitching with the raw audio. So that's a technique. I've watched a decent amount of Mr. Bill videos and I like how he does that. And I think that will kind of give this a cool, unique vibe because you don't really hear that in synthwave at all. Along with the kind of realistic sounding Superior Drummer 3 drums, that could be a pretty unique vibe that we get going. So I think what it makes sense to do right now is actually run through and do all these reverse reverbs. So let's look at what this would mean. What did I just do? Let's look at what that would mean here. What's going on, YouTube? How's everybody doing tonight? Got a couple folks popping on Facebook. Hey. So, in this case, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm probably going to do more than 7 bounces. This can be a little bit tedious, but let's flow through it and let's get it set up and we'll see what's what. So, the main reverb I'm using is using a decay time of about 2.4 seconds. So on this kind of utility bounce track that I have here, I'm not using any uplifters currently, and I don't have any other effects, although they're kind of just on other tracks. So for the bounce here, this is a technique. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail doing it. It's a pretty standard type thing where you record a little snippet of the beginning of the sound, you bounce that down, you throw some heavy-duty reverb on it, like 100%. So on this bounce track, let's put this. Yeah, it's up to 100. Probably double the time, so we'll go up to 4.8 seconds. Oop, 4,800 milliseconds. Now what I'm going to do here is I can go ahead and bounce the track down, basically record back in the reverb, and then reverse it, take the beginning slice of it so it kind of sucks into the next sound, like... It's pretty cool. I know I probably use it too much, but that's fine. I'm sure I'll grow out of it and I'll learn to be a little bit more tasteful with it. I'm sure it's a little bit heavy-handed, but it does definitely helps introduce new parts with very varying timbre, and also it kind of glues the song together, ties things together. So I like to do it. Let's go through, as I just listened, I thought of a few spots which I think could use it. So let's go ahead and start adding those and see what we think. Okay, so the snare in this case is actually a combination of some claps and a snare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solo the drums, and then I'm going to, without the top kit here. I'll fix that in a moment. And then, how's my vocals coming through? Pretty good? Oh, cool. So then I'm going to come in here, pardon me, set the input on the bounce to be resampling, arm it, and now record. So that's all we need to do. One will suffice. To tell you the truth, man. Can hit E to kind of slice around it. Let's hear this now. Some reason bounces down that low. There we go. Throw the verb on. Okay, so now actually, I want to do this on all of these, right? So I want to set it to resampling. So these are all on resampling. I'm going to arm this, solo this, now play this in and watch how this works. Okay, so I'm going to cut dot. Let's hear this. So if I click this, then hit reverse over here. With the snare, it can be interesting because the transient's all the way back here, so you kind of want to cut it back before. So cut it kind of right after the transient and the body. So maybe like right here. Wait, oh, nice. I can just hit R. Oh, dope. I forgot I can manipulate. I'm still learning 10. That's dope. You can do that in 10. So I can trim it down a little bit. So let's hear this. I think it goes a little bit long, so I'm going to trim it a little bit yet. I think it still goes a little bit long, so let's trim it yet. Still feels a little bit long to me. There we go. You know, it's easy to do with pads. You have pads and it's, or excuse me, not a pad, a stab. Dun, dun, or a snare that doesn't have, like, it's a, the transient hits and then the body isn't much and then it really decays off rapidly. With this, with the clap and the verb that's already on it, it's not the clearest where to cut it. So now what I can do is, I'll show a couple techniques. Let me pull the tail in a little bit. When I'm introducing a new sound, I like to do it one of two ways. I can bring it into the 2 beat where the snare's hitting in this case. So like, yay. Let me solo this. I can bring it right into where it hits, like this. Okay? Or I can move it back. So it leads into the 1 of the beat before it, and then it goes silent for a second, and then the snare hits on the 2. So it's kind of like, bah! It's like a delayed release. That might be cool for this part of the song. Let's hear it. Oh, I want to put the marching snare part. That's right. Okay, so. Okay, but I want to turn the top kit back on, which I turned off to do the recording. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Let's move it back where it was at. Turn the top kit. So. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure I'm like it here. Maybe off in the distance. That's not bad. Okay, my ear. The kick is a little loud. Yeah, I'm not usually going to complain about a kick that's hitting nice and punchy like this, but a little loud. I have it pretty amped, so. So up here, if I go, I don't really know. Yeah, so I'm doing a 1 dB boost. I'm still learning SD3. I think taking it down that 0.8 notch on the other side is good enough. What do you think? Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Plurky, Mr. Wong. All right. So here's a question. Should I do a reverse verb into this? I'm thinking I'll actually do a glitch bounce. All right. Check the math. So these swords are definitely going to get one. There was ever a time for a double hit, it's right there. So listen to this. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So jump right in. I'm going to solo that. I'm going to arm the master bounce track, and let's do a record. Okay. Man, I'm liking this microphone routing that I'm doing. This is working better, not putting it through Ableton. So again, let's hear this soloed. Okay. It's kind of sounds shitty actually. Let's arm this. So in this one, it's kind of clear cut where it should be, right? So let's see here. Actually, you know what we could do is we could. Let's turn this off for a second. Yeah, I'm going to lower the. No chorus. Okay, so that one actually is good. Let's hear this again. Not the world's most exciting sound. Hit this, tap R, pull it back. So again, we have the option to pull it into the 1 of the beat or suck it right into the first sword hit, which is on the first 8th note. So let's try this. That's pretty dope. Let's go into the first 8th note, lead right into the sound itself that produced the reverse reverb. One back. Definitely that one. So let's boost this 4 dB. We actually want this one louder because it's such a quiet tone otherwise. Nice. Yeah, that's what you want, is that little sucky noise. So in some ways it doesn't make as much a difference how long the actual decay on the reverb on the reverb is, because you can control it with this tail. Yeah, I think I want it louder too. I'll probably dial it back, but. even shorter. Cool. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get louder. Whoa. Come on. I'm in the red. Put that shit to bed. Okay. So that one's not working too great. Let's hear this one. Yeah, that one's better. Which one is the... Is there only two? Excuse me, is there only two? That's cool. I forgot about that. Pan effects. Okay, so let's try bouncing this pup. Arm the record. Okay, let's hear this. So in this case, I almost certainly want to cut it right here so that only this first note, I believe this is F. Okay, so it's the second. It's actually G. We're in F minor. But I'm going 2, 1, 2, 3. Or, Trick Daddy's doing that. What I don't want to happen is I don't want the tail that I'm reversing to pull into the sound to be the minor third, because the sound that it's pulling into is, the sound that it's leading into is the second. So what I can do is let's get a good cut here. Yeah, so just cut it like literally right here. And what this is going to be is now the reverb tail that will eventually reverse in a minute is going to be the correct sound. So I actually might cut it right here. Sometimes it's really cool on this. Like, this doesn't have a click on it, but it's cool that let me lower my. It's cool that if it's really like a clean cutoff, like that, it will give you a nice pop when you run the reverb off it and then flip it. So you see what I mean? Let's arm the ooh ooh reverb. Okay, cool. So I'm going to solo this puppy. Go there. So watch when I hit R, and now if I pull it back to here, I don't need that much. See how it gives it a nice, and then it pops. It cuts right off, so it's pretty cool. So let's see how it leads in. It's weird. I knew there was a transition that needed to get built up here. Let's hear how it sounds with all the music. Yeah. figure out a way to get this. Maybe something like this. What I'm trying to do is eliminate this gap in the beginning. Because it doesn't work that well here. So maybe what I can do is well, actually just throw in a new track. Make this the double up of Vox sample double up. Put this puppy down here. Actually, that's pretty good. Okay, cool. So we're getting some good ideas as I talk, or just in my head, maybe it is. What we could do here is actually pong it a little bit. So something like yay. So yeah, not like that. Do I have a better do I have what else do I have on this? Do I have okay, so arpeggiator, matrix, EQ, reverb, frequency shifter. Yeah, but probably what I want to do is put a simple delay on this that's going to be something more like 1. Turn it off except for this moment. Open a new lane. Okay. What am I missing here? So I think then what I would do is actually automate the dry wet. I'm sorry for that. From could be good. I might need to actually switch up what the notes are. So, do I play that anywhere else, or am I? Yeah, so that's fine. What I'm gonna do then is I don't need that. That's kind of cool. Do a 2 and a 4. Yeah, not amazing. Let's see what I can do to jazz this pup up. So what we need to do here is come up with a way to get it to. So what's my chord? All right, so. Yeah, I got to get the second more in here. So, yeah, let me shut this off. Let me go up. Let me hit the second. And then get this out of there. Yeah, we can definitely do something really cool here. So let's keep playing with this. I'm having a hard time seeing the staff because all these other fucking notes are in the way. Yeah, no. Oops. This is maybe what we want to do, actually. Yeah, play a lot of the second. And then what I can do is actually change the Arpeggiator style to be, well, it is down there. Nice. First off, another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to slice this by hitting Command E. Now I'm going to hit Command J and consolidate this puppy. But it's still going over. What the heck's going on here? I guess if notes go over, it consolidates down to that. Good to know. Holla at your boy. Hit Command J again. All right, so. Yeah, so maybe I can get something like, pardon me for all the likes and the ums. So I'm going to go, I think I can get a cool vibe going if I go something like yay. Yeah, exactly. Why? Oh. So we want the second in this last mix again. Yeah, no. Okay, so we want to stay on up down. So you see the Arpeggiator has all these different styles that it can play in. So there's up. If I'm holding a triad, the up is going to be this. If I'm doing a, what's a chord with 4? God, I should know. It's going to be 4. This is going to be up. If I'm doing a triad and I'm setting the style to down, it's going to go. Chord with 4, it's going to go. So the idea is that it's going to play it up or down. It arpeggiates the notes in that chord, and instead of them playing them in harmony, it plays them in melody. So that at the end there was just up down. So if I have a 4-note chord, it's actually going to have a triplet feel to it when I put it in up down, because it's going to go up 1, up 2, up 3, down 1, down 2, down 3. Likewise, if I switch it to down, up, it's going to go. So I don't want it to go to up. Up is the moral of that story. I want it to, I want it to stay at, let me zoom in even more. I want it to stay at up down and not switch to up for that one little part. But it's pretty cool by automating the style a little bit. You can give your arpeggios more movement and life. Okay, so now I don't have to mess with the timing because I realized why it wasn't playing it right, because I was switching the style mid-phrase. So what I'm getting right now is a pretty cool so again, because I'm holding down 3 and I'm playing in up arpeggio, well, I guess up down would be the same as up. Maybe, I'm not sure exactly. I could break that down a little bit more, but it's sounding good, so let's keep going. Okay, well, maybe what it actually should be is just up. I think it should actually be up right here, because there's no reason for it not to be. What is this? I'm gonna keep it up the whole fucking phrase there. I'm gonna keep going up, like in the chords. So let's do this. I mean, in the the chords. I'm not really hearing the. That's pretty tight. Maybe get the dry wet a little bit louder. And then, dare I say, boost the volume a little bit. We go like two decibels up. Let's get a little bit more room here. Cool, let's hear this. Okay, I'd say that's pretty dope. One thing is that this is too loud, though. I'm going to lower this a little bit, like 2 dB. Maybe just lower this one, because it's just the beginning that's too loud because it's getting doubled up. All right, that feels good to me. What's up, Tanya? Tanya Rossati. Alright, let's keep plowing ahead. Let's pizzicato. Drums need a little work, but I'm feeling them. So the big question is, do we do a reverb on the Nord? These little shifty shuffles. Oh, I don't know about that part. So I think what I want to do here is let's first off bounce in this Korg drone sound, which is pretty fucking dope. IMO. Record the bounce, arm the bounce, record arm, and hit it. Wrong part. Perfect. So I'll chop it there. Let's hear this. So let's record it into here. All right, cool. So I'm going to flip it. I'm going to chop it right here. Take that out. Hit this. Reverse it. And now just do the classic. What's up, Joe? What's going on, man? I'm going to give it a 3 dB boost. Bring in the tail. Yeah, that's working good. Salmon. So this is a case where I could use the reverse reverb again on these swords. Let's actually try that. What's good, YouTube? All right, where are they come? Yeah, a little bit softer this time, but yes. Yeah, there's like one extra other sword hit, which I should probably take. Yeah, so these last two I'm going to take out. Before it was, but that was conflicting with the intro, like the reverse reverb on the sword itself, on the other main sword hit. So for this one, nice. And actually, this might let me... That's nice and tasteful, nice and quiet. So an idea that I've obviously had, let's hit Command J. Do I want to knock out these last couple of kicks? In fact, I might want to do the last three. So here's an interesting idea. What if I bounced a bunch of shit into this? I don't think I've ever done this before. I've done almost everything but one instrument. I've done one instrument, but I don't think I've done just a few. So what if I go ahead and solo a few of the sounds that are coming back in that weren't currently in? Like... I can use the snare from the other one. Basically like the atmospheric sweep in this. Yeah, so let's go ahead and record into the bounce. So that's all I need, literally this. Oops. Cool, so we'll arm the finale reverb one and let's bring that in. Coolio. Trim it, flip it, reverse it. Move it. Oops. Nice. Now that's, yeah, this is going to work well. Especially when I add a glitch part and I don't glitch this. Actually, that's a cool idea. So I've got a selective number of tracks being reverbed in. But then I take the rest of the tracks, bounce them down, and then glitch them out, except for these ones. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. I like that idea a lot. So I'm not ready to do it yet because with my style now, when I bounce it down, I mean, I can redo the bounce, but it's like that's the final mix because I'm bouncing the master track. So I know there's actually a plugin that a German company just came out with. I believe they're German, that I read about in Sound on Sound. And I want to check them out because they give you all these glitching tools. So I could throw this plugin on the master bus itself, automate turning it on, do some knobs. Then if I adjust the mix, like, oh, I changed the EQ on the bass or raise something up a dB or two here and there, I don't have to rebounce it because it's actually processing the live audio signal every time it does the glitching. So I think I'm going to cop that. I might reach out to them and see... see what's good. Maybe they want to work together on a video or something because honestly, if I could do that without having to wait till the end of a mix to do glitch bouncing, I'd do way fucking more of it because I love doing that. Just little tiny things in between parts. Sometimes let one lead sound go and glitch everything else out underneath it for the ending to a part. That can be really dope. So yeah, I should see about that. So right here, what did I want to do? I wanted to bring in the snare reverse reverb because the snare is coming back in after a while not in. So I'm going to do this right here at the end. It's pretty serious business. It's actually not as good as I thought it was going to be. Well, it's way too long, first off. Let's get these both in. I said. You know, I like it, but probably even less of a duration. Like it, even less. Yeah, that hits nice. I'm probably gonna lower these ones, maybe 2 dB each. They're a little bit loud, and I want to make it clear that the transient that hits when the kick hits and everything hits, I mean, we're back in business. So I don't want these to be too loud, because then it's like, instead of the transient being bam, it's like there's a reverse transient coming in. But that's just about right. Nice. So I'll go ahead and save it. So one thing I can do is bring these down probably 2 dB. This glitchy part that I added last night, or I guess not last night, 2 nights ago. Not fucking more than that, bro. Faster attack on the gate. Okay, so something that's probably missing from right here, and I think in another part of the song, is a fucking kit. Yeah, I mean, just that saved the track. Also right here, I feel as if this should be boosted, like 2 dB. Pardon me, 2 dB. I don't say like unless I'm, I don't say like unless I'm talking similes, fool. dial in that ending. I think it's a little bit off still, but that's pretty cool. All right, so where does that leave us as far as a track goes? Okay, so we added a bunch of reverb, spent about an hour on that. Let's back out now and take a listen to it all together. I'll go ahead and collect all and save. Let's in fact take 2 minutes. I'm going to rest my ears for a moment. I've been on stream for 57.5 minutes. Let's take a quick break. Be back in 2. Holla. And what's up, Coolio? What's up, Foolios? Oh man, all right, cool. We're an hour in. Let's see what we got going on. So I'm actually gonna do one other thing. I'm gonna pull up my Kanban board so I can see the to-do list on this track, and as we listen through it, I can add to that. So I'm not quite done with this Wolves remix. Oh my God, I'm white. Need to get it tan. All right. Oh, great. So we have nothing here. Well, that's fine. As we go, I can... Let's see, where will this pop up? I'm gonna let's hell, we'll have ourselves a little to-do list as we listen to it. high Nord part, we could reverb that. But the sword reverb sounded really good to my ear. Might add a kick there. Consider reverb for strings. Okay, I think I should extend ending as parts get shifted down, frequency shifted. Okay, cool. So I've got some ideas here. Lower volume of first snare, reverse reverb. Lower volume of Vox snare, reverse reverb. That sounded shot to me. I gotta hear that again. Review drums for overplaying during the lead, especially the hi-hats. You know, I was doing a pattern on the hi-hat. Kind of a nice syncopated feel. Well, not really syncopated. I'm playing on all the downbeats. But then I tried to do a syncopated feel like... where you're playing the upbeats at 16th note cadence, but it wasn't working. We talked through it on stream a few weeks back, or whenever I was working on this track last. And so basically I did some more editing on it, but I'm not really happy with how they came out. There's a couple parts that are a little bit choppy. Also want to make sure my snare, ghost notes, and rim shots are optimal. Optimal, as they say in do Brasil. Add kick on one of bridge no drums. Seems reasonable. Consider reverb for strings during bridge no drums. Yeah, those strings, those pizzicato strings kind of come out of nowhere, so I want to dial those in a little bit more. Lower volume filter cutoff of arpeggio during the hoover part. So there's a part that kind of sounds like a hoover, and I want that to come out a little bit more, so I might duck the arpeggio a little bit. Why don't I just say it that way, and then I can do it how I want, duck. And then extend any as parts get frequency shifted down. Or better spoken, the outro. So, and then the final thing would be add some glitches. I don't know, it sounded pretty good. So what I'll do is bounce this down and listen to it on a couple of my reference systems and see where we're at. I'm sure there's things about it that I'm just not hearing, but the mix, I mean, the kick is punching through. What are we at? A little bit over 5 minutes. You know, I was considering rhyming on, like, dropping a verse on this. It's been a while since I've done that, but I was considering throwing like 12 or 16 on it. Probably not going to do that right now. I mean, it's feeling pretty complete. It almost would be like I'm trying to stuff another thing in it. Maybe I could do an extendo version if people are trying to hear that. But, yeah, why don't we try and bang out a couple of these things? So, lower volume of first snare, reverse reverb. Yeah, I might actually take this out. Or what I can sometimes do is transpose it up an octave, turn it to Complex Pro. Maybe have it be a lot faster. That's not really working. Maybe down. I can dig it. So maybe not, don't chop it too much, but maybe even a little bit softer. Oh. I am running New York compression on this. All right. What I want. Cool. So where is the first vocal one? That's going to be right around here. It's not getting that pop. Let's take out the ooh ah. I almost like that better. Or should this be way softer? It almost shouldn't be there. Yeah, I think that's actually a better plan here. And let's get this a little bit lower yet. Now, what about one little sneak attack here? Pop this up an octave. So I'm going to select these and get them louder. But I feel like this should be able to go in here. So it's like when I was a kid and I used to go to this Chinese restaurant with my parents called Ming Garden. And there was a bar, and man, when the whole side was a big family, like, Chinese restaurant. And then on the other side, there was a little bar. And I remember poking my head in there a couple of times, and everybody's smoking butts and drinking. And it seemed so big and dark, but the TVs were so bright, and people were watching sports. And I was like, man, I feel like I should be able to go in here. But you couldn't. No kids allowed. So there you go. That's like this ooh-ooh reverse reverb part. I feel like I should be able to work it in. You know, what if I went the opposite route and I actually... Yeah, this could actually work pretty well. So, this could work pretty well. So I'm not really looking for the transient to... It's not going to affect the transient because I'm not coming in... I'm giving it I'm giving it some time to come in without forcing it. Even softer though. Let me get a little bit more leeway here. A little more lead time to hear this, so. Because it sounds good to me right now, but when when I was listening to it before, it's almost like it comes out of nowhere. Because it does. Okay, good for now. need a kicky here. How about half that velocity? What was it? It's at 100, so take it down to 50. No, that didn't work for me. Yeah. Maybe I don't need it. Well, this is not the, yeah, what the fuck is this? It's not gonna be louder because I'm not dealing with that other BS. Let me make a note of this. I know this is an issue. And I was just trying to say, oh, the kick is going to be always standard throughout it. But there are parts where I'm humanizing it. Review humanized kicks for... No, so... improve velocity of humanized kicks. Cool. So I'll do that as part of that. Consider reverb part. I'm not going to do that. Let's duck this Hoover. Let's duck the arpeggio during the Hoover part. What do you say about that, eh? So. You know what'd be cool right here is to come in with the simple delay. Take things down a little bit. Maybe take it down like 2 dBs, and then there'd be a part where. That's too soft. How about like 1.5? Basically, that was too soft, and it didn't start ramping back up fast enough. So on this curve too, I'm gonna give it a. On this automation line, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a. Get back to the original amplitude faster. Nice space. that is too much. Why don't I just take it down a dB? And one thing I noticed that I'd forgotten that I've done is on the part right before this, I had a nice little... what's going on here? Let me get this bigger. On this part before it, I had a nice little automation on the decay time of the reverb. So we're really drawing out the space of this. So a little bit here too is kind of cool. I'm gonna this will kind of move it back in. Pretty serious business now, you know? It's like in your face. I actually get this. Kind of move it around a little bit so it's moving in and out. Nice. Feeling pretty good about this one. Hey. Let's go ahead and give it a save. Yeah, I think this is coming along pretty nice, you know. Definitely getting there, getting close. Gonna hear it with a fresh set of ears tomorrow. So thanks for the few people that popped on, made this a good stream. Been about an hour and a half. Got some good headway on this track. Couple administrative things want to take care of. So there's a contest that Genelec is running in collaboration with Boiler Room, and I'm thinking of doing it. So a friend works there as in sales, and obviously they make excellent studio monitors. So they're celebrating 40 years in business. And basically what it is there's a festival in Helsinki that they're doing on the 7th of June. But they're running a contest, so call out to all producers. Alongside our event in Helsinki, we're launching a track competition for producers of all stripes worldwide. The winner will receive a pair of Shut Your Mouth Genelec's flagship 8331 monitors and a chance to perform at our event in Helsinki. 5 runners-up will also pick up a pair of 8020D monitors. So, 4 rules. Instructions for entry. Compose a track at 140 BPM or above built around sine, square, and or saw waves. Okay. 2. Upload to your personal SoundCloud account. 3. Email this link to Genelec at boilerroom.tv with your age, name, and address. And finally, 4, please ensure you are available to perform on June 7th in Helsinki. They should put the due date there, but it's like you must be over 18 to apply. Submissions must be turned in by 12 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time on Friday, the 25th of May. So that's what I'm talking about now. Winners and runners-up will be informed on Monday, the 28th of May. Okay, so there's 3 days of judging over that weekend. A couple questions. When it says please ensure you are available to perform, does that mean you have to be in Finland, or I'm available to perform? If I won, bro, fly me out, because I'd be available. Definitely. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I mean, or if you win and they're like, okay, get tickets to come here. I don't know. Also, booking a trip on the 28th of May to Helsinki for the 7th of June is not going to be the cheapest thing. In any case, I don't have any more info other than that. My friend is, she's trying to get some recon on what the vibe might be that they're looking for. So what I was thinking is we could listen to these guys who I actually am not super familiar with and kind of get a feel for what type of music they're doing. I mean, is it trance? Basically, if they're saying it's going to be above 140 BPM, if you half it, it's dubstep. Ahead of that, if it's going to be electronic music, is getting pretty, pretty heavy duty. Trance, drum and bass, side trance. I have a pretty experimental track it's a shuffle. I think there's some 9/8 in it. It's in a really interesting mode. I think it's in Lydian mode, come to think of it. I was thinking I could use that, but I don't know if that's going to really line up with what they're looking for. And I would have to add a lot to get that ready. And, of course, sine, square, and saw waves. So, I have some ideas. What if you did a thing where it kind of comes in and it's like, doot, doot. So, like, drop in a sine down the middle, then bring in some square waves on the side, then have your main bass be saw. Shit, maybe I should try and fucking do this. This could be pretty dope. Last time I entered a contest for the global remix competition for Sound on Sound, and I forget the name of the company. That was pretty cool. I got like 4 remixes of my track and some decent exposure for Ipanema Sunrise. So this could be really cool. I don't know if I'll have time to turn it around. That's like 3 weeks. Could try. I don't know. If you guys are seeing this after the fact, because it's a little quiet right now, if you guys are seeing this after the fact, leave a comment on it and let me know what you're thinking, or if you have any more ideas about what I could do, because this could be pretty cool. I'm going to see how this goes. I would like to, in the spirit of Kanban, it's like the Toyota way of manufacturing. You're trying to be lean about work and process, so move stuff through the pipe. So that would kind of delay this synthwave track probably. But I don't know, maybe I could have my cake and eat it too. If I have good weekend sessions, maybe I could get this to a place that I would feel comfortable shipping both. Anyway, some food for thought. It was something interesting I wanted to mention, see what people think. So, hey, if you haven't yet, go to YouTube and check out Wolves, which is my latest remix of the Selena Gomez Marshmallow track. So this is pretty meta. We're watching YouTube while we're streaming on YouTube. But, yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. Trying to get this. Oh, cool. Nice. It throws a card in automatically. Trying to get that track to get some pickup. So it's a remix, 120 BPM kind of house track with some cool Latin percussion and actually djembes on it too. So an Afro-Caribbean feel to it. Trying to get some pickup there. So, hey, we're going to call it a stream tonight, but go check out my Wolves video. Give that a share if you like it. Give it a like if you're going to share it. Leave a comment if you got something to say. If you enjoyed this stream, you can check out more. We do this every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night. Moving the meter. All about making dance music for the 22nd century. You know what it is. So you've been great. I've been Venomisto. If you loved it, tell a friend. If you hated it, tell an enemy. Until next time, hasta luego, hasta luego, abiento, das vidania, sayonara, peace.